You can come on in and have a seat and good morning. I may take your case first, sir. We're just getting online and just have a seat, and when I can take you, I will. And your name is Carlton Spear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Just so I know who you are. All right, trying to get people in here. Good morning. Is this door open? I need to come turn her microphone off.
It's open.
Oh, which one? The other one's open?
Yes, ma'am, I tried.
Let me just do that. I think that's good. Oh, she's looking at what's going on. All right, good morning, everyone. We've got a lot of folks here. Just give us a few minutes to get started. I am going to ask everyone to mute their devices. It's just 1 minute after 10. We're going to wait about 3 minutes. We've got a lot of folks on this calendar, and I'm going to make some announcements in just a minute.
All right, so
Okay,
we have,
what do we get?
it's pretty much a 5 because we got 1 vote for 3.
And I'm going to ask everyone to please be sure your device is muted until we are ready to speak with you. Yeah, I guess if you want to shut that, you can. I'm sorry. No, don't need that now. It's 10:02. I'm going to wait another minute and then I'll make some announcements and we'll get started. Let me see. I see Mr. Coleman. Is Jasmine on the call yet? Yes, I see you. Thank you. And do I have ADA's Walker? I see.
Good
Mr.
morning, Judge. How are you?
There you are. Good morning. All right. I wanted to make sure I have my
We're
court
here.
crew. And all right, it's 10:03 and I've got a court reporter. Let me make sure I've got a court reporter. Is there?
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Oh, Jan. Thank you, Jan. I see you now. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going off.
Okay, great. Hey,
Hi, boss.
good to see you.
Good to see
Good to
you.
be seen. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Diane Bessen. I'm the judge presiding over this calendar. This is a criminal plea and arraignment calendar. The date is March 23rd, 2021. I know we have a number of people who are here via Zoom. I also actually have one gentleman that's here in court that I'm going to try and take relatively soon. But let me go ahead and make some announcements. This is a plea and arraignment calendar, and what that means is, let me just respond. What that means is there are 2 parts to this calendar. Those of you that are here have been charged with a misdemeanor. The penalty for most misdemeanors is up to 1 year in jail and or up to $1,000 in fines for each offense. And you do have the following rights. Let me go through that and then I'll explain the plea and the arraignment parts of the calendar. You have the right to a fair and speedy trial by judge or jury. You have oh, let me see, hold on, I have no sound, I'm in the waiting room. I'm sorry, I'm also seeing, and let me just say, I'm unfortunately today without my litigation manager, so I may be a little slower than normal. I apologize for that. All right. Those of you who've been charged have the right to a fair and speedy trial by judge or jury. You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine any and all witnesses that may be called to testify against you. You have the right to compel the production of evidence. What that means is you have the right to request from the solicitor, the prosecutor, any evidence that they plan to use against you. You have the right to request that before the time of trial. You have the right to the assistance of an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, I will consider appointing someone to represent you. We have on the call 2 public defenders that work with me, work with this court all the time. And if you think that you are unable to afford to hire an attorney and you're not working or in a position where you cannot afford an attorney, then what I will do is put you in a private, we call them a breakout room, with a public defender to see if you qualify to have them appointed to represent you at a little or no cost. And when you go into that breakout room, that's a private chat room where you get to have a discussion with with the public defender privately to see what your circumstances are. When you're finished in that room, you then need to exit that room and come back into this main part of the call. But I'll explain that when I send you there. But I want you to know you have that option. You always have the right to remain silent and not to testify, and you have the right to make the state prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the standard in a criminal case. Now, as I mentioned early on, this is a plea and an arraignment calendar. The plea portion is where you enter a plea of either guilty, generally guilty or not guilty. At this first stage, if you'd like to maybe work something out with the prosecutor, I can also put you into a private room with the prosecutor, the solicitor, to discuss your options. And they may say, you know, this is a minor traffic offense. If you pay this fine or take this class, that'll resolve your case without going to trial. We refer to that as a pretrial. So when I call your case, if you would like to pre-try your case with the prosecutor, let me know and I will put you in a separate room with the prosecutor where you can discuss your case and then come back here. I will caution you, if you speak to a prosecutor without an attorney with you, which you're welcome to do, please be careful what you say. If you make any kind of admissions of guilt and you're unable to work out a plea, they may be able to use that against you at time of trial. So just be careful about what you discuss with the prosecutor when you do go into that room and have that discussion. So that's the plea portion. The arraignment is the formal reading of the charges. Usually people already know what they're charged with, but you do have to either have those charges read to you or waive them. Meaning, I know what I'm charged with, I'm just going to waive that reading. If you waive the reading of the charges, we are going to send to you after this call today paperwork that you sign and say, I know what I'm charged with, and I'm waiving the formal reading of the charges. If when we get to your case and you have no idea what you're charged with, or you're not certain what the charges are, let us know and I can have you meet with the prosecutor and tell you what the charges are. And then you can decide if you want them formally read or not. So those are the 2 parts of the plea and arraignment calendar. The other reason we hold this calendar is so that we can set this. This is the first stage of the eventual trial process. And so at this point, you're basically informed of the charges. The prosecutor may give you an offer or what they might accept to resolve the case without going to trial. If you're able to work that out, great. If not, from this point, the case then gets set down basically for trial. And you do have the option of having a bench trial with me acting as the finder of fact instead of a jury, or a jury trial. If you're not sure which of those to ask for, we will put you down for a jury trial because that will preserve all your rights. But if you do have a jury trial a few months from now or 6, 8 months from now, you probably are going to have to hire an attorney. So please keep that in mind. It's very difficult for someone on their own without legal training to have a jury trial and know what they're doing. All right, so we're going to go through this calendar. Let me, first of all, let me ask the gentleman that's here in the courtroom, Mr. Carlton Spear, can you come have a seat up at this table right here? And he's going to have a seat at the defendant, but no, sit right up there by the monitor, sir. Thank you. All right. So let me go ahead and all right. So let me go ahead and Mr. Spear, are you aware of the charges that are against you, sir?
It says a misdemeanor case. I think,
Well, you know what? You're going to have to move closer and speak into the microphone that's there.
yeah,
Thank you. All right. Are you aware of the charges against you? They're battery, simple battery, family violence.
Yeah,
All right. Are you able to afford to hire an attorney, sir?
no, ma'am.
All right. Do you have a telephone with you here today?
Yes,
All right. I'm going to, let's get him to write his phone number down on here. Is there paper there? Hold on, let me let him. Did you have something to write it on? Here. Is there a piece of paper? Let him write it down on that. And his name. Thank you. And then I'm going to text that number to Miss Jasmine Moses, who is a public defender. And she is I'm going to ask you to step outside and she's going to call you on the phone and talk to you about the charges. Let me see if I can get the chat back opened. Jasmine, I'm going to text this to you in just a minute and ask him to step outside and maybe you can call him.
Would it be easier, Honor, just to give him my number? I can chat you my number.
Oh, we've got it already.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
And this is position 29. And then I'm going to all right, he step outside and she'll give him a call and discuss the case and then we'll come back to that when they come back in. Great.
And Your Honor, when you have a moment, I do have a request.
Yes, sir.
On position 6 on the add-on calendar, it's scheduled for a plea this morning. Attorney Jason Adams is the attorney of record. I think it's his only case this morning. And I didn't know we can maybe take that before we do the other cases, since he only has one case and it's scheduled for a plea.
I think that's fine. I'd rather get rid of also that case. That's
I believe this is the
position
only case
6.
this morning. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so Aisha's not here. Do you have the paperwork? Was that sent to you?
We sent it in, Your Honor, and I believe Ms.
I should
Hardy.
have a copy of it then. Let me just pull
Let me
this
see if
up.
you were, I know Ms. Hardy responded, but let me make sure that you were CC'd.
Okay. And again, because she's not here today, I'm just going to pull up my Outlook and let's see. This is
Yes.
all right. That's not coming up. It was sent yesterday.
Yes, let me forward it to you.
Okay. Oh, I got it. Never mind. Please
got it?
forward this. There we go.
Okay.
I just want to have this in front of me while I take this. Great. All right. Let's see, Jason, Chris, I see Mr. Chris. Where's Mr. Adams?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Oh, there you are, right in the middle of the screen. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to do a takedown on this. Let me ask your client, Mr. Chris, if you could raise his right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth and the whole truth?
I do.
Thank you. Let me just ask you preliminarily, Mr. Chris, did you discuss with your attorney that you'd be taking this plea virtually in this manner?
Yes.
Did you have any questions first just about this general process before we go forward with the plea?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then I understand there's negotiated plea. Let me just state for the record, this is case number 20CR004533. The defendant's name is Jason, Jason, Chris, Chriss. He's represented by Jason Adams. It's a simple assault charge for an offense that allegedly occurred on May 14th, 2019. And I understand there's negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation to the one count of simple assault is a 12 months probated sentence with the condition of completion of a 2-day anger management course with no further violent contact with the victim, Robert Connor. There is no objection to early termination upon completion of the 2-day anger management course.
Great. Mr. Adams, is that your understanding of a negotiated plea?
Yes, Your Honor, we would like it to terminate. Mr. Chris has already completed the 2-day anger management course.
Oh, he has? Okay.
Yes, Your
Do we have proof of that?
Honor. I did not. I was anticipating forwarding it to probation.
Oh, that's, you know what? You will have to do that. You will have to do that. So that's
I
fine.
can, as an officer of the court, I can swear or affirm that I'm looking at it right now.
Right. The only reason I guess it does have to stay on probation because, I mean, it'll be non-reporting, but, well, did you discuss this in terms of, because there's supposed to be no further violent contact, Mr. Walker?
I did discuss with the victim. They are complete strangers, so the state is okay with the early termination as there was no prior connection between either parties.
Okay, so what I'm going to ask is, Mr. Adams, instead of your client signing up for probation, if you would forward a copy of that record of completion to both Ms. Hardy and to Mr. Walker, then I'm not going to require him to sign up for probation because that was the only requirement, correct?
Yes, Your
Correct.
Honor.
Okay, great. All right, Mr. Chris, did you discuss this plea with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand what you're entering a guilty plea to today?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand by entering this plea, you're giving up your right to have a trial on these charges. Was that explained to you?
I do, Your Honor. Yes.
I'm looking at on my other computer here, your plea statement form that you sent in. Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have any questions about any of the information on there?
No, Your Honor.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm just looking at this, you're not on probation anyplace else, are you, sir?
No, no. Your Honor.
Okay. And because you completed the class already, I'm not going to require you to sign up for probation, assuming that the proof is sent to the court and to Mr. Walker. So we have it for our files. You've not been promised anything or threatened in any way in order to enter this plea. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And you're satisfied with the services of your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have any questions, Mr. Chris, about the plea you're entering today?
No.
All right. Mr. Adams, do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Anything further, Mr. Walker?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Then we'll accept the plea. Just get that paperwork into Ms. Hardy. In fact, I need to, because she's not here, take much better notes than I normally do. Hold on 1 minute.
You, Your Honor,
I'm sorry?
want me to CC you as well, Your Honor? If she's all right.
No, that's fine. I'm just going to, I'll go over this calendar with Ms. Hardy. She's actually, today's the day that a lot of the court staff are getting their vaccinations.
Ah,
And so I've made a note and I'll be able to discuss that with her. That was all, so she can expect that. If there's nothing further, you gentlemen are free to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so let's begin with the first case.
Your
Erica,
Honor, I'm
yes.
sorry, did you
You're
send me
back,
the number?
yes.
No, you never sent me the number.
You're not Jasmine's iPhone?
No.
Oh,
It should be Jasmine Moses Counts.
you're right. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
I just saw that and was wondering.
That is not how I spell my name.
You know what? Now that I see that, I know that, and I'm sorry.
You're fine.
There
Thank
you
you.
go. I do know that. All right, let's go back then. Erica Pinson. I did not see, is Miss Pinson on the call? Erica
Yes.
Pinson.
I'm here.
Oh, you are here. Great. And could you speak again so I can see your box?
I'm driving, so you probably won't be able to see me.
Hold on a minute.
But I got my camera on, so
You do have your camera on?
yes.
And I apologize. We have a big screen today. Does it say your name as the camera?
It does.
Oh, no.
It
Oh,
does.
now I see you. There you are. I see you. Thank you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Are you aware of the charges against you?
Yes.
All right. Are you able to afford to hire an attorney, ma'am?
No, but I had spoke with the prosecutor a little bit, but I kind of want to get a little more information before I say I'm going to accept the plea because I didn't get to talk to a lawyer or anything.
All right. Do you want to speak to Mr. Walker again today? The prosecutor?
Yes, that would be fine. Yes.
All right, then I'm going to send you a link that's going to send you to a breakout room. It'll be breakout room number 1. Click on that. You'll be able to have a further conversation with Mr. Walker. When you're finished with that, are you driving? I hate to ask that, but if you're driving.
Yes, I'm about to, I had to leave work, so I'm about to pull up at home in probably like 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, okay. I just makes me nervous when people are driving and also trying to pay attention. So I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Walker. You'll get an invite on your phone that'll say join. It'll be breakout room 1. Click on that. You'll be able to speak to Mr. Walker. And then when you're finished with that conversation, leave the breakout room and come back here and I'll get an announcement from both of you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Walker and Erica Pinson. All right, you should get that in just a minute.
Okay.
I need about 4 more arms to do this calendar. All right,
Good morning, Judge. Tom Rousey on behalf of Will Cannon, who's position number 30. And I didn't
Yes.
realize if we could just file a waiver of arraignment. I've been in discussions with Mr. Walker about resolution of this case and
it's position 30.
position 30, I believe.
Did you want to file a waiver?
Yeah, I'll file a waiver if that,
You can do that. And do you have, hold on a minute.
and Mr. Cannon is on this call, identified as Jennifer Dollander.
Okay, do you anticipate motions or just put
I
it
do
on
not.
a final plea calendar, do you think?
I'm optimistic that we can get this thing worked out to a diversion or something along those lines. I've shared
sure.
with Mr. Walker the information I think would be helpful in that regard.
All right, so what I'm going to do is you can have that discussion and it may be that it's something that you do send to PTI. I'm going to end up putting this on a final plea calendar. I'm not obligating people to take a plea. It just
Okay.
indicates to me you've been on plea arraignment once. There are no motions. And if it's not worked out at the final plea calendar, then we'll move it to a trial calendar.
That'd be great. And I'll go ahead and file a formal waiver of arraignment with the court too.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. May we be excused?
Yes,
Thank you very much, Judge.
thank you. Maurice Fuller. Is Mr. Fuller on the call?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller, good morning.
Good morning.
Are you aware of the charges against you?
Yes.
All right. Have you spoken to the prosecutor to pre-try your case or to a public defender?
I haven't spoken to anyone.
You haven't. All right. Are you able to afford to hire an attorney, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right. So this would be Mr. Coleman's case. I'm going to send you a link to go to a breakout room with Mr. Coleman. He's a public defender. He will see if you qualify. Click on the link when you get this to join the room. After you speak with him, come back into this main room and I will get an announcement from you both, okay? Let me see if I can. Hold on a minute. It's Maurice, room 2. And Mr. Coleman, I'm going to also send you to room 2, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, Jasmine, are you back on?
Yes, ma'am.
I see Mr. Pinson is back here. Were you able to speak with him?
Yes, ma'am. He qualifies. I'll go ahead and file entry and a waiver, and I also will be filing an immunity motion.
Okay, and let me just, I'm sorry, I'm just making some notes here about where I've sent people. All right, so Mr. Pinson, come back up here, please, to the, I'm sorry, you're right.
Carlton Spear?
Yes, I'm sorry, Carlton Spear.
Mr. Strobel, if you could just, same thing we've been doing, just send me the discovery. Thank you.
There, he's down. Okay, Mr. Spear. So Miss Jasmine Moses is going to represent you, sir. And she's going to be in touch with you. If you have any change of address, phone number, or email, you are to let her know. Because if we set your case down for court and you don't show up, I'd have to issue a bond forfeiture and have you arrested, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir. You're free to go.
Okay. Thank y'all. Y'all have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Let me just, I may ask, just because those cases will go quicker, if there are any attorneys on the call that maybe have an announcement, private attorneys.
Judge, my name's Ryan Brown.
Okay, who's Mr., did someone say Ryan Brown? That's what I
Yes,
heard.
Judge. I'm
Oh,
right
there you
here.
are, right in the middle. Who do you represent?
Position 11, Mr. Autry. I sent in an entry and a waiver late last week. I doubt that it's been filed yet, but it should be on the way, maybe even getting there today. But I represent him. The entry and the waiver of arraignment's on the way. And yes, we waive arraignment. Plea not guilty, Judge.
Okay, I've got that noted. You're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Is there another?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor.
Just a minute. AJ McDonald, position 21.
Yes, Your Honor. How you doing?
Good. I like that ad of the position 21. That's quite helpful. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. We represent position number 21. We just want to waive arraignment. Mr. Hockley. He's on the call also, and with my co-counsel, Jennifer Magruder. She's also on the call.
All right. So waiver, do you anticipate motions on this?
We're going to get discovery from Mr. Strobel, and then so you can go ahead and put us down for a motions calendar, and then I will let the case manager know if we don't.
All right. So we'll put you down next on a motions calendar. I think that's probably the best place for this DUI to go. So that would be position 21. You've already sent the waiver in or you're going to?
No, Your Honor, we're going to send it in today.
Okay. And an entry. Great. Go ahead and do that and you're free to go. Thank you. So much. Who else is on here that might, do I have any other private attorneys on here?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Zakia Watson Cafe.
Hi, I saw your name on a few cases.
Yes, I have today number 13 and 14.
Yes.
I'd like to bring to the court's attention, position 13 is co-defendants with position 1, Your Honor.
Oh.
I'm conflict counsel for
okay.
the county, so they're both companion cases. There's co-defendants in both.
Okay, and have you spoken to Mr. Walker on this, about this?
No, I received the offer on Friday. But no, I don't have the video in either of the cases.
So you have no discovery yet?
That's incorrect. She may not have the video, but she does have discovery, Your Honor.
Okay, all right.
I have the paper discovery in both cases, but I do not have the video.
All right, and you feel there is a video? Is it a body cam or what is it?
According to the police report, there is, or the incident report, there is a video, body cam video in both cases.
All right, so let me first talk about Chess. That's position 13. You've
Yes.
already filed entry of appearance. You're waiting on the DVD. Do you know, Mr. Walker, when you might be able to get that to her?
The request has been made. As soon as I get a copy, I will be glad to extend a copy to counsel.
And Your Honor, that should be in today.
It should be in when?
Today.
Oh,
Today.
great. All right, and so, Ms. Watson Cafe, where do you anticipate this going next, or do you have a request?
Well, I don't know. I need to look at the video with respect to Mr. Chess's case.
All right, so I'm going to put this on a final plea calendar. I'm not expecting you to, I mean, you may work something out, you may not.
Okay.
It's not obligating you. It's just that I'm trying to sort of move cases from plea and arraignment, but I'm not sure this is ready for trial yet. So we'll put it on a plea and arraignment. I mean, on a final plea, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, great. And then position 14, what's the announcement on that? Triplet?
Triplet, I need the video. I do have paper discovery and an offer in that case as well.
All right, so do we think that can get to her pretty quickly? Where'd my investigator go? Ms. Brock, Investigator Brock?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that also something you think we can get to her pretty quickly?
Yes, ma'am. That should be in today as well.
Okay, so I'm also going to put this case on a final plea calendar. And we'll take it from there. After that, if you anticipate, when you get that and you think there are motions on either one of these, could you please contact Ms. Hardy and let
Yes,
her know? So I have, if that's the case, we'll know where to send it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Is
May,
that it? Did you have
yes.
any other cases?
No, I just want to make sure I can be excused with my clients. They're
Yes,
both on the
thank
call,
you.
so-
You
Okay,
can.
thank you.
Thank you. Any other attorneys on the call that I need to, maybe I can just take care of fairly quickly? No. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the calendar. I have two folks in breakout rooms. Barry.
I'm back with Mr. Fuller.
Okay,
I spoke to him. He does qualify. At this time, we would just waive jury.
And if that's position 2, Mr. Fuller is co-defendants with position 14. That was Ms. Valencia Triplet, represented by Ms. Watson Cafe.
okay. So does qualify waive jury, and that's Daryl. So I was going to put that on a final plea calendar, Daryl. If there are motions, will you let Aisha know, and we'll put it on a motions calendar instead? But right now, I'll just put it on a final plea. I'm not obligating you to that, but it's just where I'm going to send these to begin with. Okay.
That's fine.
All right, Mr. Fuller, is he back on the call?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Fuller, you're going to be represented by Mr. Coleman. It's important for you to inform him if you have any change of email, phone number, or address, because if we reach out to you to schedule your next court date and you're not here, I'll have to issue a bench warrant for your arrest, okay? Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, just stay in touch with Mr. Coleman and he'll advise you where, when your case will appear next. You're free to go, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Jasmine's not back yet.
And I have an announcement on position 1, Ms. Pinkton.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Oh, you are
I
back.
didn't go anywhere. I wasn't speaking with anyone.
Who's in breakout room 1? No
Right
one.
here.
Wait a minute. Oh, Mr. Walker was there. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So you had an
And I have
announcement.
Yes, on position 1.
All right, so let me just, I made a mistake. Just 1 second. Yes, sir.
On position 1, I did extend an offer to the defendant. At this time, she would like to request to speak to a public defender.
So this is is this a co-defendant case?
That is correct, Your Honor.
So we already have conflict counsel, so she would need to speak with with Jasmine Moses Counts, is that right?
I think it could be Mr. Coleman.
Oh, you're right, I'm sorry.
Confused. The other co-defendant has conflict counsel.
So
What was the basis for that?
you have to ask the attorney or the judge who signed that order. But
Is
it's
that
also-
person on this calendar today?
She was, and she's made her announcement. She's been excused.
I think Daryl, we need to do a little investigation because that's odd that the co-defendant already has conflict counsel.
There we go,
Yeah.
thank you, Deputy.
It might have been from first appearance, I'm guessing, because there are 2 co-defendants. I mean, that's the only way they could have
And
been assigned.
you don't know if those cases are on this calendar today?
They're both on this calendar.
What's the other case number?
It is position 13, did I say?
No, so yes, 13
Yeah,
and position
1.
1. Oh, you made it sound like there was someone else. a
No,
third
no,
defendant.
it's just 2 cases. Position 1 and position 13 are
All right,
co-defendants.
so could someone, so Daryl, you can speak with Ms. Pinson, correct?
Yeah, because I guess she's representing, Mr. Chess would be the co-defendant, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's
So I'm gonna
represented by
put you-
conflict counsel.
Okay, so Ms. Pinson, I'm sorry, Ms. Pinson, are you still on the call, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to send you an invite to go into breakout room 2. It'll show up on your phone. If you'll click on that, it'll send you to, oh, were you already in breakout room 1?
Yes.
Let's hope this works. Usually when you've already been in one room, and Mr. Coleman, you've already been in room 2, correct? All right, I'm going to send you both an invite for breakout room 3. We'll see if this works, okay?
All right.
Miss Pinson, room 3, Mr. Coleman, room 3. And we'll hope that works. Did you get the invite, Daryl?
No, I haven't gotten it.
So she got it because she's there. Because on my screen, I have a separate box that you don't see, and it's got a little green light when somebody actually ends up in the breakout room.
Yeah, I haven't gotten an invite.
All right, let me see if I can move her. I'm going to move you both to room 4. We'll try that. If that doesn't work, I'll have to close all the rooms. So Jay, just to let you know, once you've sent someone to a room, a breakout room, it sometimes won't send you to another one. So if I've sent a prosecutor to one room, I usually send everyone else there for his cases. I can sort of show you that. So Daryl, nobody's moving. All right, I'm going to close out all the rooms. We'll start all over. That's apparently the only way I'm going to be able. They'll close in 30 seconds. Okay,
All right.
and I'll sign you once all the rooms are closed down.
You're expecting to show back up on the screen here.
What do you mean?
When you close out the room, you bring the person back who you sent over there.
Right.
Who am I expected to see back over
Hello?
Hold on a minute. Ms. Pinson, are you back? All right, that's going to close.
Yeah, it said it automatically kicked me out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, the rooms, I had to close them down. Once I send someone to a room, it sometimes won't let me send you anywhere else. So I've just closed down all the rooms and I'm gonna send you to breakout room 1 shortly, okay?
It say 4.
It's saying 4. Daryl, does yours say 4? Daryl's frozen. So this is the box. You click down here to breakout room. You set them up ahead of time. And Daryl's there. All right, Miss Pinson, if you'll go to room 4. And I know that because their little circle shows up green once they're in there. Miss Pinson? She's there. Perfect. Mission accomplished. And just to let you know,
So you sent the prosecutor and a.
I sent a PD and a defendant.
Oh, okay. Oh,
And I usually mark on my calendar where I've sent them so I can
okay,
remember.
that's a good idea, right. Good idea.
Position 3, Mr. McLaughlin, I know you're on the call, sir. Good morning. There you go. Unmute. Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, is that better?
That is. Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Are you aware of the charges against you, sir?
Yes, I am.
And have you spoken to the prosecutor or are you able to hire an attorney, sir?
No, I did neither. I'd be interested in speaking to the prosecutor, solicitor.
Okay, that would be Mr. Walker. So he'll give you an offer, and then once you discuss that, he'll explain some of your options. And then when you're finished, will you please come back into this main room so I can get an announcement from both of you, okay?
So am I going to get an email or something?
It'll be an invite at the bottom of your device, and I'm going to send you to breakout room. Let's see where I can send you. It'll say join breakout room, and that's where you're going to click on. So I'm going to send you to breakout room. Breakout room 1.
Okay, see the invite.
And
Shall I
Mr. Walker, you should have an option to rejoin breakout room 1.
I'm joining right now, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. McLaughlin, click on that invite and thank you. There they go. All right. And again, thank you for your patience. Ladies and gentlemen, soon we're going to be back full-time court live, but right now this is the only way we can really move these cases. Position 4 was transferred to Judge Edie, Alistair Murray. Position 5, Nora Howell. I don't think she had notice. Is Nora Howell on the call? It says no email, no phone, notice was returned. So I'm going to give this, actually, she should have notified the court. I'm going to issue a bench warrant on that. Paris Taylor. Is Miss Taylor on the call? Paris Taylor.
Has anyone said Cooper?
Not yet, ma'am. We're so at the beginning of the calendar, but I'll keep that in mind. So let's see, wrong number, notice not returned. That's going to be a bench warrant on position 6, Paris Taylor. Position 7, Nortavius Dean. Is Mr. Dean on the call? Nortavius Dean. Let's see. I don't see his name here. The link was sent. I'm going to issue a bench warrant unless I hear that he had technical problems. If I find out that's the case, I'll be happy to reset it and withdraw the warrant. The next case is Marcus Williams. That's also going to be a bench warrant. Position 9, Thomas Chikura. I think MacArthur, we had an entry of appearance. Is there counsel Nicole MacArthur on the call? All right, I think that's probably been a waiver. Kimberly Nash, position 10, entry was filed. Motions waiver. No one's on the call. Is counsel Kelball on the call? All right, we'll move that over to a final plea calendar. Position 11, we dealt with. Position 12, Shatira Curry. Is Miss Curry on the call?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
There you are. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you aware of the charges against you, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you spoken to either the prosecutor or are you able to afford to hire an attorney?
I'm not
I think you froze for a minute.
able to hire an attorney.
You're not, okay.
No, ma'am, I'm not able to, no.
Okay, and that would be Mr. Coleman. He's currently still on that call with,
No, that would be me, Your Honor.
oh, I'm sorry. You know, I'm dyslexic, but today it seems to be worse than normal. I can't get anything odd and even correct. All right, Miss Curry, I'm going to send you an invite to join Miss Moses Counts, the public defender. It'll be room 3. And when you get that, click on that. And then after you speak with her, come back into this main room and I'll get an announcement. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Let's see. Room 3 and Miss Curry. All right. You should both get an invite for room 3. All right, position 13 we dealt with. Position 14 we dealt with. Position 15, Jamira Brown. Is Miss Brown on the call? Notice returned, wrong number. I'm going to issue a bench warrant. She should have been notified the court. Position 16, Jonathan Santana Ortuno. Jonathan Ortuno. That'll be a bench warrant. Again, unless I find out someone's had a technical problem, and then of course I'll withdraw the warrant. Mr. Walker, I see you're back.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you were speaking with Mr. McLaughlin, position
That
3.
is correct, and I see that he is back as well. We have reached a negotiated plea. The state's recommendation is a 12 months probated sentence with a $250 fine, 100 hours of community service, and an 8-week anger management course.
All right, is that your understanding, Mr. McLaughlin, of the terms that you worked out with Mr. Walker?
It is, yeah. My only concern, and I don't mean to beat the point, hopefully most of this can be done online or.
So you're right. And the 8-week anger management can be. The community service has been somewhat problematic. And I am always willing to revisit that in a few months if you tell probation. And I don't know if you've been vaccinated or not, or what your situation is. I can see.
No, I haven't just yet.
Okay, and that's fine. Let's just say you look a little older than 25, so I can understand why
Yeah,
you may have some
35.
concern. Yes.
35.
So let me just say we can take the plea with the understanding. I mean, under these circumstances, if you have some difficulty completing the community service, probation can contact me and I can certainly
Like I told you
amend
yesterday,
those
if-
requirements. Okay?
So is the community service typically out in the community?
It is.
Ouch.
Yes, so that's something that I'm willing to certainly take a look at, and we can discuss it again when we take the plea.
Appreciate it.
So what's going to happen is Mr. Walker is going to send you some paperwork. He'll email that to you. You're to sign that. If you have any questions, contact him about it, get the paperwork back, and then we will set up a date in a few weeks to take the plea virtually like this, okay?
And Your Honor, I did omit that there will be a no further violent or harassing contact that's included with the victim. But I explained that to Mr. McLaughlin.
Okay. All right, so Mr. McLaughlin, you'll get some paperwork and you'll also get a notice. Actually, if I can figure out, I might be able to tell you what date we can handle the plea right now, if you'll hold on, just so everyone knows. Let's see. Let's see what other calendars we have coming up. Civil jury. Well, let me say, gee, we're at the end of March already. So, oh no, I'm sorry, we're at the end of March. So we have calendars. That's civil. Oh, come on. I wonder if the paperwork could be completed by next week. Mr. Walker, do you think that would be reasonable?
I can, if Mr. McLaughlin's email is in Odyssey, which I could confirm that right quick, I can send the paperwork today. Or Mr. McLaughlin, can you tell me your email address and I can write it down?
Yes, it's as in my name, Barry _ McLaughlin, McLaughlin. So Barry _ McLaughlin at yahoo.com.
No, I can send that today after court. That's not an issue.
All right, so we can set this down for next Thursday, March 31st. We have a criminal calendar that date, and we can handle the plea on that date. Everyone good with that?
Yes.
It is good with it.
Very good. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that then. All right, Mr. McLaughlin, we'll be in touch then, and you'll get a notice for a calendar just like this for next week, and we'll take your plea on that date, okay?
Appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Is anyone returned that I need?
I'm back, Your Honor, on position 1.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I spoke to Ms. Pinson. She does qualify for public defender representation. We would like to have this case considered for PTI.
That's
Honor, I don't mean to interrupt, but Mr. Dean, position number 7, is calling me. He said that he's still waiting for you to let him in. You gave him a bench warrant.
All right, well then I'll speak with him.
Okay. Mr. Dean, do you hear me? Okay, thank you.
All right.
Finally got it.
All right, let me go back to
Sorry.
position 1. Is she not qualified for PTI, Mr. Walker? Do you know?
No, she does not.
All right. So at this point, I'm going to say, Mr. Coleman is going to represent you, Ms. Pinson. And at this point, I'll put this on a final plea calendar. I know there are some other issues, but that'll at least get the case moving along. Okay, Ms. Pinson, you're to stay in touch with Mr. Coleman. If you have any change of email, phone number, or address, you're to let him know. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You're free to go,
All
ma'am.
right, thank you, Ms. Pinson.
Bye.
All right, let me go to position 7. Nortavius Dean. Mr. Dean is on the call. Is he trying to be let in, did you say, Jasmine? Oh, there he is. I do see him. Mr. Dean, are you here? Oh, he's connecting.
I'm speaking with him right now to qualify him, Your Honor.
Okay. Hello,
Okay.
Mr. Dean. All right, so then let me know after you've spoken to him, okay? I'll just say that he's speaking with,
Thank you.
well, I need to come, all right, finish that up and then I'll come back with you. let's see, position 17, Juan Edwards. Is Mr. Edwards on the call? Juan Edwards. That'll be a bench warrant. Position 18, Vernoris Howard. Mr. Howard, I see you're on the call. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Are you aware of the charges against you, sir?
I am.
All right. Did you want to speak to a prosecutor to pre-try your case, or are you going to hire an attorney, or are you able to do that?
I'd like to speak with prosecutor to pre-trial.
Okay. That's Mr. Walker's case, and I'm going to send you to breakout room 1. You'll get an invite on your device. Click on that. You'll speak to Mr. Walker. When you're finished, come back into this room and I'll speak with you then, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Howard, let's see where he is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at, yeah, I see where you are. I'm looking for your name on this. There you are. Sign room 1. All right, you should get an invite in a minute for room 1. There they go. All right, position 19, Jennifer Jackson. Is Miss Jackson on the call?
Yes, I'm here.
There you are. Good morning, ma'am. Are you aware of the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you spoken to public defender, or did you want to pre-try your case with the prosecutor?
He said I didn't qualify for a public defender, so I guess I speak to the prosecutor.
Okay. So that's Mr. Walker. He's already in a breakout room, so I'm going to have to ask you to just hold on till he comes back, and then I'll send you to a breakout room with Mr. Walker.
Okay.
I'm back as well, Your Honor, with Mr. Dean.
Okay, let me go back. That's position 7. Yes.
Yes, he qualifies, and I will go ahead and represent him. He did say to me that he thought this case should already have been closed because he already took a plea and did community service. So if Mr. Strobel, could you look into that? Because he doesn't understand what this charge is for, because he already did the community service.
I'll look into it. Yeah, I didn't notice that when I was anything like that when I was doing the original thing, but I'll look into it.
Thank you. Yeah, I've had that happen before, but I just want to verify.
Can I speak?
I'm not sure your
No,
attorney's
sir,
gonna want
it's
you
not
to
in
do
your
that.
best interest to speak.
I was just gonna say I had the documentation here for the community service.
Provide
okay.
your attorney, and she can provide that to me. And
You-
we'll look.
Are you able to scan that and email it to me, or take a picture of it and email it to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
let's do that. I'm gonna give you my email, okay? I'm gonna type it in the chat to you, okay?
And
All right.
did you verify the offense date? Are we talking about the same offense?
That he knew the date is, this is March 2nd, 2018. Is that correct, Mr. Dean?
I don't know where Mr. Dean went. All right, let's just.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
Was for that an offense that took place on March 2nd, 2018, the paperwork you have? All right, I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead.
Yes,
We're
ma'am,
gonna-
because I remember I came in here and spoke with you before, and I was actually in this court about it.
Okay, so I'm going to put this on a status calendar, and maybe it'll be gone by the next time we see it again, that maybe that's in fact what's happened. I looked up your case on our case management system, and it still shows that it's open, but they'll do some investigating. Stay in touch with Miss Moses Counts. If you have any change of phone number, email, our address, and hopefully if what you're saying is correct, we won't see you again, okay?
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. You're free
And,
to go.
and check the chat, sir. I already sent you my email.
The chat is at the bottom?
Yes.
Okay, I see it. I see it. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're free to go. Did you speak with Miss Curry,
I
Jasmine?
did, Your Honor.
And
she qualifies, Your Honor. I just need to file documentation with the court, and I would like to see reset to motions.
very good. Is she still on the call?
Yes, she
Yes,
is.
I
She has
am.
her hand up, the emoji hand.
Thank you.
Oh, Miss Curry, yes, now I see you. Thank you. See, everyone's getting so adept. Okay. If you'll just stay in touch with Miss Moses Counts, you'll be notified of our motions calendar. It'll probably be in about 3 to 4 months, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am. Thank you guys so
Thank you. And again, if you have
much
any
and have a
change
good
of
day.
email, phone number, or address, you need to let us know, okay?
I sure will.
Thank you. I know, see Mr. Howard has his hands up, he's back. Did you speak with Mr. Walker?
I did.
I
Mr.
did have the
Walker?
opportunity to speak with Mr. Howard, and after speaking with him, the state will be submitting a null process in this matter.
I'm so happy. We actually closed a case.
Bravo. Yes.
I have these calendars of 30 people and we closed 2 cases. All right.
The
So
state will be taking pleas all day, though, Your Honor.
I know. Mr. Howard, you're going to get a copy. Well, do we have your email, Mr. Howard? Is that how you received this notice?
Yes, it is. We have
All
it.
right. So what'll happen is Mr. Walker is going to send the paperwork for me to sign. I will sign the null pros, indicating they're not going to prosecute you. And then my litigation manager, Miss Hardy, is going to copy you. She'll send you a copy of the order by email. Okay.
Okay, that'll work. Thank you.
All right. If nothing further, you're free to go, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
Mr. Walker, I need to send you to speak to Miss Jennifer Jackson, position 19.
Okay.
Miss Jackson, you're going to get an evite to join room 1. You'll speak to Mr. Walker there, and then when you're finished, come back in here and we'll, Jennifer Jackson, room 1. There you go. When you're finished, come back into this main room and we can talk about your case. Position 20, Marcus Grant. Is Mr. Grant on the call? Marcus Grant, bench warrant. Position 21, oh, we already dealt with, that's a waiver. Mr. McDonald. Position 22, Omega Morris. Is Miss Morris on the call?
Your Honor, I emailed Ms. Hardy about the yesterday. That's going to be transferred to Judge Richardson.
Very good. 2 cases off my calendar. I haven't signed that yet, have I?
I just emailed her yesterday afternoon, so I doubt you have, Your Honor.
Okay. You know what? Actually, there were some that came through. Actually, I did sign Miss Hardy because I remembered her name was so interesting. Omega. This has already been signed. That's already been transferred. Brian Turner, position 23. Is Mr. Turner on the call?
here.
I see
I'm
you,
here.
Mr. Turner. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you aware of the charges against you, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
And did you want to speak to the prosecutor? Are you able to? It's a minor charge. I don't know if you are able to hire an attorney. What's your pleasure?
I would like to speak to the prosecutor.
Okay, and at least just see what the offer is. So he's in breakout room 1 already. It's Mr. Walker.
Okay.
When he comes back, I will let you speak with him. So if you could bear with us, as soon as I see him enter back in, I'll get an announcement from him and then I'll send you to breakout room 1 at that time. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Derek Webster, position 24. That'll be a bench warrant. Position 25, Sinikia Britton.
I'm here, Your Honor.
You are, okay. I see your ceiling.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not feeling well, so I'm not.
Okay, I understand. So, are you aware of the charges against you, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you able to afford to hire an attorney, or do you need us to consider appointing someone to represent you?
Yes, ma'am. I need,
A public
assist-
defender? All right, so that would be Mr. Coleman. I'm going to send an invite to you to join room 4. It's a breakout room. You'll be able to have a private conversation with Mr. Coleman. He's our public defender. He will decide if you qualify. And then when you're finished speaking with him, please come back into this main room so I can get an announcement, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. I've just sent that link to breakout room 4. The next case, has anyone come back? Daryl? Oh, you're going out. Okay. Broderick Hayes. Is Mr. Hayes on the call? Broderick Hayes. No, okay. And I know I'm waiting for a few people to be able to speak to some folks. So just Mr. Hayes, that's going to be a bench warrant. Khalil Ali. Khalil Ali, is Mr. Ali on the call? That'll be a bench warrant. Position 28, Dwayne Carby. That's been, Mr. Pines is representing Mr. Carby. He's filed a jury request. And maybe we'll put that on a motions calendar. Carlton Spear, we already dealt with. Position 30, we already dealt with. Mr. Cannon, that's been waived. Position 31, Jamario Ford. Mr. Ford, Jamario Ford. That's going to be a bench warrant. Position 32, Dylan Donachi. Oh, he's represented by Mr. Lawrence Cohn. And we're going to put that down for motions. Christina Hahn, Mr. Melvin Nash is representing Christina Hahn. Position 34, Julian Jamat. Is Mr. Jamat on the call? I see Julian. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. How you doing?
Doing fine. Are you aware of the charges against you, sir?
May I be reminded?
Sure. It's a simple battery, simple assault that apparently occurred on February 21st, 2020.
Okay.
Have you spoken to a prosecutor to get an offer? Are you able to hire an attorney? Would you like to speak to a public defender?
I haven't spoken to a prosecutor to get an offer. I would like to do that, and I'm pretty sure I need a public defender as well.
Well, then let me speak. Let's see. This is an odd number case, and so you would be needing to speak to Mr. Coleman. He's currently in another room. Let me wait till he comes back, and I will send you to speak with him.
Okay.
Jasmine, were you in a breakout room? No. Okay. Never mind. Position 35, Nicholas Thomas. Is Mr. Thomas on the call? Mr. Thomas. That's going to be a bench warrant. I see Mr. Walker should be back. Mr. Walker, do you have an announcement for me?
Yes, I do have an announcement on position 19, Jennifer Jackson. I did have the opportunity to speak to the defendant, and we have arrived to a negotiated plea. It will be 12 months probation with the completion of a 2-day anger management course, no further violent contact with the victim, and there's no objection to non-reporting once completion of the course has taken place.
All right, Miss Jackson, let's see where you are. Is she back here?
Yes, I'm here.
She's back.
Oh, there you are, right in the middle. Is that your understanding of the negotiated plea?
Yes, just once I complete the 2-day anguish management, it'll be a non-reporting probation for the fall of the year.
Yes, ma'am. Do we think, Mr. Walker, that we can take this plea next week? Is there any reason we can't?
There's no reason from the state that we cannot, Your Honor.
So what I'd like to do, let me find Miss Jackson, if Mr. Walker would send you the paperwork and we would put you on our calendar next week on March 31st. And we would take the plea virtually like this again. Is that, you feel like that would be all right?
That's fine with me.
Okay, so we'll put you on that calendar. It's next Thursday for a plea. And then after you take that, probation will be in touch with you and give you the information for the classes. And then once you take the 2-day anger management, that'll be the end of the requirements, okay?
Yes, question.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
if I can take the class before the 31st and have proof of it?
Then we wouldn't have to put you on probation at
It would
all.
still be a no further violent contact condition, Your Honor.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine with me.
All right, and so where would she get that information, Mr. Walker?
About the course?
Yeah.
So she would have to contact the probation department. It's my understanding that they actually offer the course through probation. I don't have their contact list pulled up in front of me right now, but somewhere in my email, I do have the contact information for probation.
All right, so probation company, what does JCS stand for? Does anyone know?
Is a judicial community?
No, you know what? I've got it on here somewhere and it's funny. I don't know what it is.
It's Judicial Correctional Services.
What is it?
I believe it's Judicial Correctional Services.
Judicial Correctional Services. So that's the company, Miss Jackson. If you wanted to email Miss Hardy, who's not here today, and ask her for their contact information, you would be able to get that and maybe take the course ahead of time. Okay.
All right, will do. I thank you so much.
I just want to confirm the defendant's email. I have a Lila CEJME@gmail.
Yeah, Lalice J.
Oh, Lalice J. Okay.
At gmail.com.
I have it.
That's it.
All right, you're free to go, Miss Jackson. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So before I handle another case, I know that Mr. Turner's been on the call and he would like to speak to Mr. Walker about an offer. It's position 23, Mr. Brian Turner. So Mr. Turner, I'm going to send you an invite to breakout room 1, okay? Click on that.
Okay.
And then when you're finished speaking with Mr. Walker, come back here and we'll get an announcement.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And I know Miss Britton also has to, oh no, he's in breakout room 4. Let's see, position 36, Rashonda Cooper. Is Miss Cooper on the call? Yes. Miss Cooper, can you see me? Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, how are you?
Doing fine. Are you aware of the charges against you?
I know, I believe one of them is something involving children, child cruelty or child endangerment.
Yes, simple battery, family violence, and cruelty to children. Yes. Are you able to hire an attorney, ma'am?
No, ma'am. Probably most likely not.
All right. Did you want to speak to a public defender to see if you qualify for them to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I believe that that's going to be Mr. Coleman. So I am going to send you to breakout room 4 with Mr. Coleman.
Okay.
You'll get an invite at the bottom of your screen of your device, and you'll click on that. It'll be invite to join. You'll speak with Mr. Coleman. He's our public defender to see if you qualify. When you're finished, come back here and we'll see if you what the announcement is. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And why is she? Let's see. Cooper, there you are. Breakout room 4.
Okay.
You see that? Just click on that. Terrell Hudson, Mr. Hudson, I know you've been patient. Good morning, sir. Mr. Hudson, can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Great. You're charged with simple battery. Did you speak to a prosecutor about a pretrial offer, or did you need to hire an attorney?
Not at all, man. I would like to speak to a prosecutor.
Okay, and are you driving right now, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I really just would advise you to pull over, but I understand people have to work and I'm certainly, but I'm going to send you an invite to speak to Mr. Walker. He is in breakout room 1. When you get that, click on join. And again, I would advise you to pull over if you're able to. Speak to Mr.
will.
Walker, and then when you're finished, come back into this main room and we'll get an announcement, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, he's already in there.
Yeah, Judge, I had got out of the room with him. I didn't know, I came back, but he's went back on with someone else. Do I
Yeah, he's
leave
with
or
someone else.
do I stay until he comes back and let you know what we agreed upon, or?
So let me, just give me a minute. He already came back and I sent him somewhere else, but let's wait. You already spoke with him, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me wait till he comes back. Let me just indicate on here that I need an announcement. And we'll have to wait for him to come back. Oh, Mr. Walker, you are here. I sent Mr. Hudson to speak to you.
Okay,
Is there an announcement on position 25?
No, but I have an announcement on position 23, Mr. Turner. I haven't spoken to position 25 yet, Your Honor.
Oh, you
Mine
have?
was for the public defender. I spoke with the public defender. Mr. Walker was speaking with somebody at the time.
Not Mr. Walker, that Mr. Coleman.
Yes, Mr. Coleman, I'm sorry.
That's why I'm sent to PD. Okay, so what's the announcement on position 23 on Mr.
After
Turner?
speaking with the defendant, I will be submitting a null prize.
Oh, great. 2 cases gone.
All right, and then I'm going to go back to the breakout room to speak to Mr. Howard.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Brian Turner, see, all that, your patience paid off. They are
Thank
going
you.
to, the prosecutor is going to send an order for me to null pros your case. That means they're not going to prosecute it. I'll get that probably later today. When I sign that, I will have my litigation manager will also email you a copy. Do
Okay.
we have your email? Did you get an email notice for today, sir?
Yeah, yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right,
Yes.
so she will send you a copy of that order once I sign that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
That's it. You're free to go, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before I take the next case, do I have an announcement from a PD or a prosecutor? No. All right, so let's see where I'm at. We've got a lot of people on that page we're waiting to hear back from. That, let me go to the add-on calendar. Janice Goodman. Is Miss Goodman on the call?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And this is also Mr. Walker's case, so I need him to be on the phone for there to be an announcement. This is an old, well, let me find out. Let's see. If you could, you're just going to have to hang on until I get Mr. Walker back on. He's speaking to some other folks right now. When I get him back on the call, I'll get an announcement from him on your case.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Don Quill Williams. Is Mr. Williams on the call?
He was on earlier. There he is. I see his name.
Yes, ma'am.
On.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
All right, you've got 3 cases. Let's see. And I don't know who's, let's see, are they, is the oldest one yours, Mr. Strobel?
Yes, Your Honor. All 3 would be mine.
All right, so it's a family battery, family violence, driving with suspended license, and a theft by shoplifting. Are you able to afford to hire an attorney, Mr. Williams? Was that a no? All right, I'm going to see if I can't have you speak to Miss.
Is he driving right now, Your Honor? Because his image was just showing and he was driving.
We've had a few people driving.
Yeah, I'm just concerned though, because he has a driving while license suspended charge.
Oh, that wouldn't be good.
My license was suspended. That's an old case.
Okay.
That's an old case. I paid. My license is valid now.
Okay.
All right, let me put you, I'm going to send you an invite to speak to Ms. Moses Counts, the public defender, about your charges to see if you qualify. When you're finished, come back into this room and I'll get an announcement from everyone. It's going to be breakout room 3.
Before we do that, Mr. Strobel, is there an offer for these 3 cases to resolve them?
Let me see if I previously submitted discoveries. This was photo. It probably was listed in those. It was. I'd probably be willing to take care of them all with a plea on number 2, but I'll have to get you the details of it.
Plea on position 2.
Yeah, and then I believe it. Let me see if I can find it right quick in my notes.
Yeah, you can probably turn that back, but thank you. That was helpful for him because he hasn't done one yet. And I think he was trying to figure out what it all looks like. Have you done any in Judge Taylor? Is he set up for this yet?
Yes, ma'am.
He is. Okay, great.
He loves it.
I have to say it's, I'm not unhappy about it. Let's just say that.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I can put Mr. Strobel in the breakout room with you, and then when he's done, he can gives the offer, he can leave, and you guys can at least talk. So I'm going to send everyone to room 3.
Thank you.
If that works. Mr. Williams, I'm going to send you to breakout room 3.
Okay.
Mr. Walker is back. Yes.
Yes, I do have an announcement on position 37. After speaking with Mr. Hudson, we have arrived to a negotiated plea offer. The state's recommendation is 12 months probation with the completion of an 8 weeks anger management course and no further violent contact with the victim. And there is no objection to not reporting once the class has been completed. And
Is that correct, Mr. Hudson?
For next week also.
Yes, Mr. Hudson, did he come back? I don't see him. Let's see if I can get him main session. And I have some other folks for you to talk to, Ian.
Okay.
But let me just wait for Mr. Hudson. Hi, so you've worked out a plea, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you're able to take that plea next week, next Thursday?
Yes.
Great. They're going to email you some paperwork. Please get that signed and sent back if you have any, and emailed back. If you have any questions, call Mr. Walker and he'll be able to answer those questions for you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have the correct email for you that you got for this session.
Yes.
I do, Your Honor.
Great. All right. Thank you. Be safe out there. You're free to go.
All right. Thanks.
Donna, I didn't get the invite, but I think Mr. Strobel and Mr. Williams are.
No,
gone.
you were already in room 3. So you just need to rejoin. Is that showing up?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So I've got a few other, Mr. Walker, you need to speak to Miss Janice Goodman. She wanted to get an offer from you. It is position 1 on the add-on calendar. Is that right, Miss Goodman? You want to speak to the prosecutor?
I don't know my charges, but I would like to speak with him. I only know one.
All right, so I'm going to send you to breakout room 1. You'll get an invite on your device. Just click on that where it says join, speak to Mr. Walker. He's the prosecutor, not your attorney. And then when you're finished, come back in here and I'll get an announcement and see where we're going to go from here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Janice Goodman, there you are. Breakout room
Is
1.
there any way, is Mr. Coleman back on? Because my daughter needs the computer for school now.
All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I was waiting.
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Did you speak with him yet, ma'am?
Yes,
I've spoken to Miss Britton and to Miss Cooper. They both qualified for public defender representation. We're at this point going to waive both to jury.
All right, so Miss Britton,
That was
Mr.
position
Coleman is
25.
going to, yes, Mr. Coleman is going to represent you. If you have any change of email, phone number, or address, let him know. We'll set your case down probably in a few months from now. Okay, Miss Britton?
Okay, thank you.
You're free to go. And then the other was Miss Cooper. Daryl, what position was
Position
she?
36.
Thank you. Lost my-
Ms. Cooper is position 36. Ms. Britton is 25.
I got in 36. There we go. All right, Ms. Cooper, Mr. Coleman is going to represent you. If you have any, and you wanted that to go where, Daryl? Motions? No.
We're going to wait for jury right now. I'll speak to Mr. Walker to see if she will qualify for PTI.
All right. What I might do is put you on a final plea just to see if the case gets moved. And if not, I'm not going to hold you to that, okay?
That's fine.
All right, so Ms. Cooper, you're to stay in touch with Mr. Coleman. If you have any change of email, phone number, or address, we'll probably put you on a calendar within the next 2 months, and maybe you'll be diverted to PTI. If not, we'll let you know where we're going to go from there, okay?
Thank you so much. Am
You're
I
free to
done
go,
here?
ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Julian
Thank you for
Jamat.
Mr. Coleman.
You're welcome,
Julian
ma'am.
Jamat is supposed to speak to you, Daryl, okay? He's position 34. So, Mr. Jamat, I'm going to send you to breakout room 4, okay?
Okay.
Click on the invite when it comes in, speak to Mr. Coleman, and then when you're done, come back here.
Okay.
I think that's everything. We're just waiting on 2 announcements. Although I see who is Jasmine's iPhone?
Your Honor, Jasmine's iPhone is one of my witnesses.
Oh, okay. Is it a case we've handled yet or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine. So she's free to go.
Thank you,
Miss
Your Honor.
Moses Counts, I see you're back.
Your Honor, Mr. Williams, first of all, wouldn't qualify. He actually is telling me and Mr. Strobel, he already took pleas and did weekend jail for these 3 charges to all be dismissed, or not dismissed, to be resolved, and that Renee Rockwell was the attorney. So me and Mr. Strobel have agreed to have this reset for status to give him time to further corroborate that. And I don't know if Aisha could contact Ms. Rockwell, because he said that he had her as his paid attorney for these cases.
Well, actually, he needs to contact Miss Rockwell and get proof of what he's done. I'm not going to put that on Aisha. I mean,
okay. So
he needs to get in touch with Miss Rockwell. And if Miss Rockwell wants to reach out to you, I mean, to Mr. Walker or Miss Hardy, that's fine. So we'll reset these for status. So Mr. Williams, where is he? There you are. If you'll contact Miss Rockwell, and if she's got some documentation, she needs to get that to Mr. Walker. And then hopefully that's correct and we won't see you again. We'll put it down for a calendar in about 6 weeks and hopefully we won't see you then, okay?
Okay.
And I think this is Mr. Strobel's case, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're my
It
case.
is. I'm sorry. Just get in touch with Mr. Strobel. I'm sorry.
Mr.
Tell Ms.
Strobel, okay.
Rockwell to get in touch with Mr. Strobel. She'll know how to reach him, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir. You're free to go.
All right. You have a nice, y'all have a nice
You
day.
too. I see Christopher is on the call and that's not a name. Who is that? Who is Christopher?
I'm not seeing somebody.
We already did Christopher Chess. I'm trying to see if there's a Christopher.
He's muted. But I do
Yeah.
have an announcement on position 1 on the add-on when the court is ready.
You have an announcement on which position? Position 1. Yes.
Yes, Ms.
Goodman. Is she
Goodman.
back?
She is.
Yes,
After
Ms. Goodman.
speaking
Yes.
with the defendant, she does not have a valid license, and the state will be null processing the charges against her today.
She does or does not?
Does have a valid license.
So you're going to no process all the cases.
Yes, all the charges. That's correct.
Great. Thank you, Jasmine. I know. Ms. Goodman, so what's going to happen is they're going to get an order to me today or tomorrow. I will sign that. We will email you a copy of the order and that'll resolve your cases. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
All right. Thank you very much for your patience. You're free to go.
Okay, you guys have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Christopher, where did he go? Now he's gone. And I don't see a Christopher other than the one there was one that was represented by counsel, so I don't know what this gentleman's name is. Now, we did have on the add-on, a Sean Spencer DeSola, and I don't know if that's him. Mr. DeSola? That was supposed to be a plea.
And Your Honor, I sent him the plea paperwork on March 11th. I still haven't received it back. I don't know.
All right, we're gonna have to reset that and I guess get in touch with him and find out where it is. I think that's just Daryl is speaking with someone, so let's wait till he comes back and then we can go through the calendar. I only went through 20 post-its today. I like have to mark everything. Breakout room, Mr. Walker, Jasmine. So I'm waiting just on position 34, and when Daryl comes back, then we'll be able to go through the calendar.
Daryl's back, Your Honor.
Oh, is he back? I'm sorry. I'm just, thank you. All right, Daryl, position 34. Is there an announcement? Is Ms. Jamont back also?
Yeah.
Yes, I
I'm
spoke to
sorry,
him.
Julia Jamont. I'm sorry. Yes.
He does qualify. Will file an appearance and motion for discovery. This time we would just waive jury.
Very good. All right, so Mr. Jamont, you'll stay in touch with Mr. Coleman if you have any change of email, phone number, or address. We won't see you back here for a few months because we're trying to calendar cases now that we're working out of COVID. But we'll put you back on a calendar a few months from now. Mr. Coleman, you'll get an email, okay?
Yeah, okay. I'll get an email with Mr. Coleman's information so I can stay in contact, and I'll know when I have a court date and I won't miss it and I won't get a bench warrant and stuff like that.
Mr. Coleman, does he have your contact information?
I emailed them all after court.
Okay,
So I'll send him the information after court.
He'll send you information after court. If you find, if for some reason you don't get that, you did get Miss Hardy's email from my court, contact Miss Hardy and she'll give you that contact information. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You're free to go, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. All right. We're done. Let's go. Oh, my free to be dismissed. That was Christopher. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Let me respond to him. I guess he left. That was a while ago. Okay. It's hard for me to keep track of all that. All right. So let's start with the plea and arraignment calendar. Erica Pinson, there was an offer extended. She qualifies. Daryl's going to represent her. I put her on a final plea just to see if we can't get it moved. Position 2 does qualify. Daryl's going to represent him. This is a co-defendant with position 14. I'm also going to put it on a final plea calendar to see if we can get it moved. Position 3, there's been a plea worked out. It's going to be taken on March 31st. Position 4 has been transferred to Judge Edie. Position 5, bench warrant, Nora Howell, never showed up. Position 6, bench warrant, Paris Taylor. Position 7. We're going to move that to a status calendar. Jasmine is representing him, but he claims that he's already taken a plea on this. So we'll put it on a status and hopefully that's correct. Position 8, Marcus Williams, never showed up, bench warrant. Position 9, waived jury, no one was on the call, no motions, no one was on the call, but he's being represented by Nicole MacArthur. Position 10, Mr. Kelbaugh, we're going to move that to a final plea calendar because, let's see, motions, what did he say? Entry
Position 10 is
motions.
being considered for diversion. I don't have an answer as of today.
Okay, that's right. So I'll put, let's see, maybe diversion, maybe PTI. So that's why I'm going to put on a final plea calendar.
Okay.
Thank you. Position 11, Ryan Brown, waived jury. Position 12, qualified for Miss Moses, reset, Moses counts, reset for motions. Is that right, Jasmine? Position 13, waiting on body cam. We're going to put it to a final plea calendar. That's being represented by Miss Watson Cafe. Position 14, also waiting on DVD. We're going to put it on a final plea calendar. Position 15, bench warrant, Jamira Brown. Miss Brown, not on the call. Position 16, Jonathan Ortuno Santana, bench warrant. Position 17, Juan Edwards, bench warrant. Position 18, Vernoris Howard. So let's see, send
It's a no
defendant.
pros.
Oh, it's a no pros. Thank you. No pros to be submitted. Send a copy to the defendant. Jennifer Jackson's going to be a plea for March 31st. Position 20, Marcus Grant, bench warrant. Position 21, waiver represented by AJ McDonald, motions calendar. Position 22 has already been transferred to Richardson. 23, no pros. We'll send a copy. Position 24, Derek Webster, bench warrant. Position 25, Sanikia Britton. Daryl is representing her, putting down for jury trial. Position 26, Broderick Hayes, bench warrant. Position 27, Khalil Ali, bench warrant. Position 28, I guess we're going to set for motions. Dwayne Carby. Noah Pines is representing Mr. Carby. Position 29, Carlton Spear, Miss Moses Counts is going to represent him. Did you say where you want that to go or where we want?
Motions.
Motions, thank you. William Cannon, waiver filed by Mr. Rousey. We're going to send it to final plea calendar. Position 31, Jamario Ford, not on the call, bench warrant. Position 32, Dylan Donichi. Motions, Lawrence Cohn is counsel. Position 33, Christina Hahn, Melvin Nash, waive jury. Position 34, Daryl is going to represent, waive jury. Position 35, bench warrant, Nicholas Thomas, not on the call. Position 36, final plea calendar, Rashandra Cooper. Daryl's representing her. Position 37, Terrell Hudson, will be a plea on 3/31 next week. Janice Goodman, no pros, the case. We're going to email the order. Donquil Williams is positions 2, 3, and 4, represented by Jasmine. He feels he
No.
already took a, what?
I said no. He said he already was represented for these charges by Renee Rockwell.
Okay,
So
I'm
I'm not
sorry,
gonna-
you said okay, but
Yeah,
he's going to get that paperwork in to indicate that he's already taken served time on this, actually. So you know what I'll do? We're going to put this on a status calendar, reset status for those 3 cases. Sean DeSolo was supposed to take a plea, never sent the paperwork back. We'll have to reset it. And I guess Mr. Strobel, you and maybe Aisha ought to find out where that paperwork is. Maybe, you know, let's reset it for 3/31 for the plea. And then Jason Chris, we took a plea on that. Is that right?
That is right.
Anyone, any questions? All right. So I guess tomorrow we've got another calendar. Is that right?
Thursday, we have a Thursday.
Oh yeah, I have some civil status tomorrow. So then I'll see everyone Thursday. And thanks again. Anytime, you know, we can resolve anything beforehand or set up. I do put that announcement in about public defenders or them contacting you. I don't know how often they do that or not, but that's all I can do.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you Thursday.
You too.
Bye.